Welcome to a new edition of Harness Central. I'm Harold Howe, and we're at the North America Cup press conference. We're chatting here with Dan Smith, co-owner of Fool Me Once. Dan, this isn't the first dance for you. You've got one North America Cup in the trophy cabinet, Gothic Dream, 100 years ago, I think back when I was a brunette. But you've owned a lot of good horses over the years, going back, I guess, to Savvy Almahurst when I definitely was a brunette. Lustrous big guy, I mean, there's been so many. How does this guy stack up in terms of enjoyment compared to all those?
Well, Harold, to be honest with you, he's been kind of a surprise. I mean, last year he was a good horse, and, we always had high hopes for him. And this year, I mean, after last year, you have to beat the horses that beat you last year. And, every start he's got a lot better. And, I'll be honest with you, when I started, I never really honestly thought, I mean, we hoped, we knew he had some talent, but he's a different horse this year. He's got a better focus. He's matured and he's got a better attitude, and he's come alive, and I'm excited about him. I mean, he's a good horse, but the other horses won the big one, and so to compare until you win the big one, it's just a different mentality.
Your driver, Sylvain Filion, just said a few minutes ago, your guy's peaking though.
Oh yes, there's no question about it. I mean, let's be honest, I mean, every race he's got better. A couple weeks ago, I mean, the perfect example, I mean, the odds-on horse, I mean, he was a better horse than I was last year, and Sylvain let him go, and I don't blame him, and he got locked in and had all kinds of pace. And then last week he just bounced back. I mean, he's coming to the race at the right time.
You've developed over the years, I think, quite a good eye for selecting a horse, but I've always felt you've got a better eye for handicapping. Forgetting that you own, Fool Me Once from Post 3, how do you handicap this race?
Until you get in on the same racetrack with the same horses, and then you get to compare race to race, it's hard because, you're at the Meadows, you're at Woodbine, you're at, Mohawk, the conditions of the races, the wind, whatever. Last week we're all together, and so now you get to compare apples to apples, and that's just the way it is. So, yeah, am I confident that I've got a good shot? Yes. Because you get to see everybody on the same racetrack at the same time.
Everybody's talking about the speed of this group, but, as often been said, time only matters when you're in prison. Is it just a foot race, though?
No, I mean, let's face it. I mean, this game is about speed anymore. It's different than it was years ago. That being said, I mean, that's just the way it is. I mean, this 48-1 is 48-1, but that's just the way it is. This is the way this game is. It's more about front-end speed, and they just carry it farther than they used to years ago.
Right, and your guy in particular, what do you especially like of what you see? Again, forgetting that you own him, just you watch him race, and what grabs you about him?
He can get off the wings, there's no question. I've had a lot of horses, but this horse can get off the wings. And the mentality and the fight off of what he has this year compared to other years, he's got that, determination to keep going. And yeah, let's face it, in this game you got to get spotted. I mean, it's so tough sitting 8th, 9th, or 10th anymore.
And your trainer says he's 100% for whatever that's worth going into the fight.
Harold, if he gets beat, it's just by a better horse. That's just the way it is. He's come into the race perfect. There's no excuses. We all have good posts. All the winners have great posts. It's may the best horse win.
I know you're friends with Myron Bell, who's involved with Captain Treacherous, and he told you the other night, bring your A game. I gather you figure you'll have it.
I hope so. I mean, this horse is as good as he's going to get. And, Captain Treacherous was the best last year. There's no denying that. And until somebody knocks him off the perch, we're all going to be second fiddle. So we're all going to find out Saturday night.
Very good. Well, good luck, and let's hope you get a big check.
I hope so, too. Thank you.
Harold Howe with Dan Smith, giving you the Harness Racing Edge.